Alright, I'm gonna be honest, bro. This is the only video you're ever going to need when it comes to vocal presets. If you want to make your own vocal preset business where you want to sell vocal presets, start by watching this video. I'm going to explain everything that you need to know. So I have my raw vocals right here. Now, these are actually recorded out through my recording preset. So I have a recording preset as well as this preset here. Now, I'm going to show you everything that I do to tweak my preset. But if you want to follow along and not have to add all of these effects by yourself, or if you don't know how to get these effects, I have something in the description that you can go and get. It's going to include this preset here. It's going to include my recording preset, and then it's going to include a guide on how to get all of these effects and also how to just mix and master in general. And it goes way more specific than I ever will be able to in this video, and it's extremely cheap. So don't feel like you have to like give me a fucking cut off a finger and give me it. What is that saying? I don't know what that saying is, bro. But you know what I mean. It's very cheap, so you can go in the description and get that. But if you want to just follow along, then we're going to get into this. So like I said, I'm going to show you my raw vocal. So prepare your ears.
And the Hellcat it be going. Got a bad bitch, she be blowing. But you already know that.
Now, when you drag this preset on, or if you put all these effects and don't tweak them at all, it's going to sound like this.
And the Hellcat it be going.
So it sounds like ass. So we're going to go through everything. I'm actually going to turn all these off so I can just go down and explain everything. Now, auto-tune, if you're new, all I'm going to show you is how to change the key. But I have a different video that explains all of these knobs, and I'm going to have that in the description. It's a very short video. It's like under 60 seconds. It's a YouTube Shorts, so you can just go and watch that and then come back to this video. I'm just gonna put this up here because this is just how I like my vocals to be. What we need to do is we need to go into our master and we need to play out our beat so we can find the key. Now, I have auto key, but you can also use tune bat or like something like that. Anyway, we just need to play it out and figure out what the key is. All right, so we're in F minor, and then if your A is a different one, you want to change your D tune so that it's matching that. And now with auto tune, this is how we're gonna sound.
And the Hellcat it be going. Got a bad bitch, she be blowing. But you already know that.
The next thing we want to do is an EQ. Now, what we want to do with this EQ is we want to use it as a filter. Now, if you don't know what a filter is, there's specific different types of EQs, and I might not even be technically correct. If there's like an audio engineer watching this, he's gonna clown me in the comment section. But like, bro, I don't fucking care. I'm gonna be honest. What I mean by filter is we want to cut out some specific areas of our vocal. Now, to do this, we want to set steep 8 and we want to do a high pass. Now, the reason we're doing this is because in a beat, a lot of the time they take up the low end. We don't want our vocals to clash with the low end of the beat because this sounds ass. So we want to just cut out the low ends of our voice. Now, if you do it too much and you have it like this, it's going to sound way too hollow, and it might actually make your vocals sound pretty harsh on the high end. So you want to make sure that it's like not too much, but make sure that you are getting rid of a significant portion of the low end. So you just want to use your ear.
Okay, it be going. Got a bad bitch, she be blowing.
And now the next thing we want to do is we want to take our second bend and we're going to find a frequency that pretty much everyone in their voice has. If you're a male, you're going to have this frequency. It's going to sound extremely boxy. You want to turn this one down. So all you have to do is you have to scroll down on your mouse wheel and it's going to make it look extremely narrow like this. Then we just want to drag it up, and what we want to do is sweep around.
Okay, it be going. Got a bad bitch, she be blowing. But you already know that. We heard you broke, that's so sad. We pull it, hit me, hit you like a drag. Okay, it be going. Got a bad bitch, she be blowing.
I'm not going to get rid of this one. I'm actually going to get rid of this one because this one, if we cut this one, it's going to sound a little bit too hollow. These are just things you're going to learn over time because I've cut this one and I know it sounds like shit. So,
okay, it be going. Got a bad bitch, she be blowing.
This one, I'm going to take it down a little bit and I'm going to scroll up a little bit so that it's cutting a little bit more wide.
Okay, it be going. Got a bad bitch, she be blowing. But you already know that.
Now, the next thing I like to do is I like to take my 6th bend. I don't actually take my 7th bend, and I'm going to explain in a second why. I take my 6th one and I drag it up like this, and then I scroll up on the scroll wheel, and that makes it a little bit more wide, so it's affecting more of a range of frequencies. The reason that I don't use my 7th bend is because any frequencies... Why did I sound like that, bro? I sound like a fucking geek. Any frequencies above this area, like above 15k or 14k, they sound extremely harsh. Like they're not actually good sounding frequencies a majority of the time. So what I do is I like to do a filter as well on the 7th band, but do it the opposite way. So I like to click steep 8. No, what the fuck? A steep 8, and then I do type a low pass this time, and then I like to drag it at around like here, wherever it sounds good. And if it affects your high ends, you can drag this up, but just play around. And if you do this, it's going to soften your vocals a little bit so they're not so harsh on the high end.
Okay, it be going. Got a bad bitch, she be blowing. But you already know that.
Now, I like to look for another frequency around this area, because in this area, it can get pretty harsh. If you end up mastering your song and turning your vocals up, this is the area that's going to be harsh. So I like to just find an area that sounds harsh and just turn it down.
Okay, it be going. Got a bad bitch, she be blowing. But you already know that. Got a bad bitch, she be blowing. But you already know that. We okay, it be going. Got a bad bitch, she be blowing. But you already know that.
So you can tell it already sounds better. Next thing we got is a compressor. You can use whatever compressor you want, but you can find this compressor if you just Google it. I like to turn my ratio to about 8. Now, I don't want to go into the specifics, so all I'm gonna tell you to do is turn your ratio to like 10, 8, or 4. Turn your makeup up. This is just like a gain knob. It turns up your volume because it turns up like the sound of your vocals after compressing, because if you compress, they're gonna get quieter. All I want you to do is I want you to just play with the threshold to a medium point where it's not compressing your vocals too much, but it's compressing your vocals. You can tell by here how much it's compressing, so you want it like in the middle. And you're gonna be able to tell if it's compressing too much because your vocals will sound kind of bricked. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but you're gonna tell that they're being compressed a little bit too much. Next thing is going to be a de-esser. You can use whatever de-esser you like, but on the de-esser, what we're going to do with our de-esser is we're actually going to try to make our vocals sound a little bit more warm. So I'm going to open up an EQ and show you all the frequencies so that it's easier to just show you. So normally the S's are going to appear in around this area. When you go S, it's going to be extremely harsh. So you can use the de-esser in this area, but I also like to use my de-esser in this area sometimes if my vocals are too harsh, because when you turn your volume up to master your song and make sure that every level is fine, gonna notice that this area right here is just fucking harsh. I don't know why. That's how it is. You could use an EQ or you can use a de-esser. It's not gonna make that much of a difference. But anyway, I'm gonna show you, so prepare your ears, how to figure out what frequency to be de-essing at.
Okay, it be going. Got a bad bitch, she be blowing.
Right there. Jesus fucking balls. So 5900 for me. Make sure you delete that EQ if you do that, because you don't want that fucking on your vocals. So 5900, and then you play with the threshold. Make sure that it is not de-essing too much because it's going to ruin your vocal.
Okay, it be going. Got a bad bitch, she be blowing. But you already know that.
Next thing I have on here is it says fresh air, but I'm actually using just sound goodizer. You can use any like saturizing that you want. All saturizing is like turning it's making the good frequencies of your voice sound better. That's all it is. It's not very like it's not rocket science, bro. I'm gonna be honest. This is fucking music we're making in our fucking mom's basement, bro. Like, it's not that technical. Yeah, you can use whatever setting you like. The main thing is with this video is you need to just figure out what you like. I'm just giving you like the order of operations for what you want to do for your vocal, and obviously you don't have to copy all of these perfectly. I'm giving you like an idea if you're new and you don't know what the fuck to put on your vocals. The next thing I have on is a reverb. Now the reverb, fuck is wrong with me? Why do I talk like this, bro? Now the reverb is reverb. What reverb, like the goal of reverb is to spread your vocals out a little bit more so that it's not just straight down in the middle. Now, if you know what mono and stereo is, you would know that stereo is widening your vocals so that it's not just a direct, straightforward, like, you know what I'm talking about, bro. Just, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go look up mono versus stereo and you're gonna know what I'm talking about. The goal of reverb is to spread your vocals out a little bit more so that they're not just directly straight in the mix and they're kind of spread out a little bit. So what I like to do is I like to turn my separation up, turn my wet up a little bit, turn my dry down a little bit, and then low cut all the way, because low end on your vocals is ass, like I said. And then I make sure that I drag down my reverb over here. Now this isn't going to turn down like the overall volume of the vocal, it's just going to turn down the effect itself.
Okay, it be going. Got a bad bitch, she be blowing. But you already know that.
It's extremely subtle, obviously, but it does help in the long run. You'll notice as you get better at mixing that the small tweaks that you make are the biggest. They're the most important. You don't want to be making huge tweaks, especially on your EQs, because it will kill your vocals. Now the last thing I have is another EQ, and with this EQ we're just going to do some sweeping around in the vocal to clean up some of the bad frequencies. So we're going to do the same thing as earlier. We're going to scroll down on the mouse wheel, we're going to scroll up like this, and we're just going to sweep around and find what we think sounds bad. Now when you do your subtractive EQing and you drag it down, don't drag it down like this. You want to do like this or this or this. Don't want it to be all the way down here. You want it to be very subtle.
Yeah, it be going. Got a bad bitch, she be blowing. But you already know that. We heard you broke, that's so sad.
I don't like this frequency, so I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit.
Okay, it be going. Got a bad bitch, she be blowing.
This frequency also sounds like shit, so I'm gonna turn it down.
Okay, it be going. Got a bad bitch, she be blowing. But you already know that, man. We know you ain't getting no money, that's the reason that you sad. Okay, it be going. But you already know that. We heard you broke, that's so sad. I wanna know what really got you mad. We know you ain't getting no money, that's the reason that you sad. Okay, it be going. Got a bad bitch, she be blowing. But you already know that.
If you don't really understand the effects, just give it time, bro. You'll get better. If you don't know like how to use them, I kind of tried to show you in this video, but like I said, I do have that book. I'm not trying to sell out, but you can go and get that book. It's extremely fucking cheap. I've negotiated with you. My price is as low as it can fucking get, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I'm basically at the bottom of the barrel with this one, bro. But yeah, this is exactly what you need to do to make a vocal preset. This is like the basics. Now to save your preset, all you gotta do is click file, save, mixer state as. It's gonna open this and then just save it wherever you want to save it. Thank you for watching, brother.